Good afternoon to you. So what exactly is the Inspector General looking into?
Jeremy, the big question is whether Advocate Muofhe is indeed an advocate, something that the Inspector General of Intelligence has been looking into since August. Of course, this comes after a tip-off that they have received anonymously, and they've been working on the background, just ensuring, and in fact looking into documentations of whether this indeed is the case. I spoke to the Inspector General just about at 11 o'clock today, and let's listen in on what he had to say on it.
I would like to confirm unequivocally that we, as the Office of the Inspector General of Intelligence, has received a complaint which implicates Mr. Muofhe, or which makes allegations against Advocate Sam Muofhe, and it was received from an anonymous person in terms of Section 77C of our Oversight Act. We are busy investigating this matter, and we wish to remark that investigations of this kind are often complex, cumbersome, and time-consuming. This specific one, which was received during the height of COVID-19, was exacerbated by the fact that it was anonymously sent to us. So what this means is that we could not contact that person directly and get to request more information from that particular person because they are anonymous. But what we normally do is that then we seek to depend on documentary evidence that can assist us to find conclusion as far as this matter is concerned. For instance, we to date, we have also checked with the role of advocate to check whether Advocate Muofhe has been registered with them. But we will normally do it by a way of a letter, so we will still be awaiting that kind of information. But over and above that, we have also requested documentation which includes curriculum vitae, copies of certificates that Advocate Muofhe may have submitted at the point of being appointed as the head of the domestic branch.
All right, Aviwe, what we need to know now is whether the advocate has been made formally aware of the allegations by the Inspector General.
Not at this stage, at least not by the Inspector General. The Inspector General seems to suggest that this would be done at a later stage once they've gathered all the Advocate Muofhe. But a crew from ENCA just last week did visit Advocate Muofhe, where he furnished the crew with certificates from UNISA, Bachelor of Law degree from 2014, as well as a certificate from the High Court, Johannesburg High Court, confirming that he's an advocate. But the questions that were raised there was him refusing blatantly to go on record and speak about some of the allegations that we've known and some of the research that we've been doing in the background. We know from the Legal Practice Council that he's not registered with the Legal Practice Council, and as we heard there from the Inspector General, that there's also questions around the role of advocates. But of course this is all superficial evidence at this stage, and it still needs to be looked into further. Let's listen again to the Inspector General that they're currently ongoing.
Just like on a council, if you wanted to check for instance, whether I'm a member of this particular council, you can just check on their database. But we will not be basing our conclusion or our findings on that check because it's very much superficial. Hence, I'm saying that we are then awaiting the response to our correspondence, which was made now more formally to check whether Advocate Muofhe is a registered advocate or not.
All right, Aviwe Mtila, thirdly, I want to ask you this. Have there been other allegations made against Advocate Muofhe, and is the State Security Minister, as well as the President, aware of this development?
Dr. Dintwe told me that efforts to reach the State Security Minister have proved fruitless at this stage, but the acting DG of the State Security Agency has been made aware of the ongoing investigations. And indeed, yes, there are some other allegations that have been made anonymously. I just want to run through some of them, which seem to suggest that operations at the SSA have come to a standstill at this stage. The allegations go along the lines that he failed to, that's the director, failed to approve domestic operations operationals, meaning that the operational arm of the State Security Agency is not doing its lawful mandate. Another one is around the acting appointments that have not been done in the last 12 months, meaning that the domestic structures are inoperable. Those are allegations that we've confirmed with the Inspector General, and saying that by December, at least, if everything goes accordingly, they should have the final outcome. Let's listen in again on the Inspector General.
When we are done with this investigation, we will then compile a report with findings and recommendations, and we will share it with the functionaries that are relevant. For instance, I'm already envisaging that we will share them with the Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence, where I'm functionally accountable to them, and then with the Minister of State Security and with the President as the appointing authority in this instance.
The Inspector General of Intelligence ending that ENCA exclusive report from Aviwe Mtila. More on that throughout the course of the afternoon and the evening.